Hi, guys. Before we get to today's episode, I'd like to encourage you, if you are an entrepreneur or startup founder who would like to network with like-minded entrepreneurs and startups to be able to share best practices, tips, and all kinds of information along the way, I'd love to see you join our community. You can head on over to southernstartups.com forward slash Slack to join. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much. Hey guys, Jonathan Mills Patrick with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a Sunday. We have tornado watches in my city right now, so I'm going to take this time just to hang out and chill with you a little bit and share some information. Today I want to talk about the idea of using assumptions to help your business, your startup launch more successfully. A lot of the times the things that I am pushing on you or trying to get you to do if you're in the early startup phases is to do lots of market research to avoid mistakes down the road that can cost you time, money, and energy. And one of the best things that you can do is to take the time to jot down and develop the assumptions that you're working under with your business idea. Now, assumptions are just what they sound like. They're the things that the founders or the people involved assume are true or false, actually, in order for their business idea to work. So let's talk about a few of those ideas. One of the biggest assumptions that people don't take the time to think through is if the market is demanding a solution for this pain point. That's one of the first assumptions that should probably be involved in just about every business out there, unless you're going to be a nonprofit. Does the marketplace, are they really demanding a solution for this pain point? Or could it be a pain point that it's not that big of a deal to them? It'd be nice to have a solution, but they're not that focused on it in the first place. The next step after that with your assumptions, almost every startup or business should be thinking about, again, if you're a nonprofit, is will people pay for your solution? That's a place I've even failed myself in one of my startups, was having this great idea that the market actually was demanding, but they were demanding it and they weren't willing to pay for it. Well, if that's the case, you have a nonprofit and you're not going to be around very long, and it's just not worth going after in a lot of instances. So assumptions can really help you protect your idea and make sure that you are going down the right path in the very, very early stages of your business. It's really just market research is all it is. Some other assumptions when you take it to a deeper level. Let's say you're going to have a button on your app. An assumption may be that people will respond more favorably when that button is green. You could have assumptions around your logo. You could have assumptions around your tagline. You also may have assumptions around who is your target market. So with target market, we often tell you to dig deep enough in that, have a customer avatar, know exactly what color her hair is, what color her eyes are, what he eats for dinner, what he likes to spend his money on, and all these different facets of a customer avatar. And you're making assumptions when you do that. Now, once we've spent the time to write down all the assumptions, get them all on paper or on computer, however you prefer to work, get them all down, and then I want you to go off and validate those assumptions. So a simple spreadsheet might look like all my assumptions on my left column, and in my second column, again, easy spreadsheet, 2 columns, assumptions on the left. On my right, have I validated those assumptions, and make notes about how you validated them and how far that validation went. So we can go back to some of these other ones I was talking about. You're assuming that the market is demanding a solution. Okay, well, the answer is yes, I validated it because I ran a survey, and out of 100 people, 80 said that they would absolutely be a user of a solution that solved this pain point. The next one down, are customers willing to pay for that solution? Okay, yes, I validated it because 50% of the people that responded to that survey actually signed up for an early membership program and made a deposit or paid for the full annual fee. Now, the reason I'm taking it that far is we've talked about this before. It's too easy for people to say they will pay for something and then not write you a check. You want them to say they will pay for something and then take an action, specifically making some sort of deposit or paying for a month of membership or something like that. It's just too easy to say, yes, I will. You want them to take some sort of action. So assumptions are a great way in the very, very early stages to protect your idea and to make sure that you're doing the research you need to do and that you understand the things that it's going to take to be successful. Now, assumptions can also be used in later phases of a startup or a business. Let's say you've did your early assumptions, you validated most of those enough that you felt comfortable moving forward. You went further into your business model. You're now a year down the line. It's not a bad idea to look back at the assumptions that you made, but then also write brand new assumptions. And the reason you need to do that is particularly with a startup, high growth startups in particular, things are changing so quickly, so often, that the assumptions that you made are going to probably evolve a little bit. And when you're in your second year, you need to maybe have some new assumptions that you need to be focused on and going out and validating. So let's say you put that button on your website. You made the assumption that red was going to be the best button color, and you validated it by running some user tests and finding that people click more often on the red button. Now you've gone down the road, you've established your business, but you've pivoted just a little bit. And for some crazy reason, now you think, based on the feedback you've been getting, that maybe there should be, you're making the assumption based on feedback that there should be 2 buttons now. Now I've got the assumption that there should be 2 buttons. I'm going to go back and reaffirm that the 1 button should stay red. And then I'm going to make another assumption that, you know what, this other one, we're going to have it as green this time, or we're going to have it as yellow, or we're going to have it grayed out a little bit and not as prevalent on my app or website. Again, assumptions can go all kinds of different ways. I just want you to take the time, write them all down, work through them, and make sure they're, these are oftentimes assumptions that are coming from the founders, but it's not a bad idea to listen to feedback from people and make some assumptions based on the feedback you've received. I just want you to go through this process and take the time to do it, because it'll really help you, again, save time, money, and energy. Pretty simple process with assumptions, and then just going out and validating them. And it's just going to be so worthwhile and help you down the road avoid a lot of mistakes. I hope that helps you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.